I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the Best Rapper in LA podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. What up, though?
All right, 86. I haven't listened to 85. We're a bit behind, but shit's been crazy. I haven't been checking the list, but shout out to Diggy Codina, listening from Fort Collins, Colorado. Producer, DJ. He pointed out, listener of the podcast, I always wanted to say, have I said that in that one? Producer, DJ, listener of the podcast. I skipped Remember to Forget, y'all. And I swear I wasn't trying to be cute or rappy or funny or lyrical. No pun intended. But if you're going to check out something on Instagram, check out Dragon Rivers. I'm the son of Big Pun. He's doing some really interesting, funny things there. Just shout out. Yeah, but I didn't mean to forget, Remember to Forget. One of those songs I remember where I was, driving down some highway between New York and New Jersey, I believe. But it was like a rural part. Mountains, trees. I'm in Damon Dash's new red Jeep, top down, listening to Elvis, George Strait, and I forget the fourth person. I purchased their box sets to do the research on. Wasn't listening to any rap, focusing on getting back to that formula. And I heard this, and I had gotten over my shit with Elvis. I had read enough, and, Chuck D had walked it back a little bit on him. Pause. And there's no way I could say that and talk about Damon Dash and not say it. Sorry, y'all. He walked it back, pause. And I went in, pause. Deep, pause. Into Elvis, pause. No. And yeah, man. Was close to getting a TCB tattoo. Heard the hook and I was like, oh, this is genius.
I forgot to remember to forget her. I can't seem to get her off my mind. I thought I'd never miss her, but I found out somehow. I think about her almost all the time.
I wanted to dig and see who wrote it. But probably back then they probably didn't give me credits. Look at the internet. All right. Well, guys, Sam Kessler and Charlie Feathers wrote on this. I believe Charlie Feathers just recorded the reference track, as I'm gathering right now. And Stan Kessler wrote it. Stan Kessler also produced Wooly Bully.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, shout out to Stan, the man. Stan Kessler, born in Abbeville, Mississippi, who also played on, as a session musician, played on Great Balls of Fire. And did some records with Roy Orbison. Born in Abbeville, Mississippi. Transitioned while living in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Born in 1928, the same year as my grandfather. God bless him. Yeah, man. Did a lot of recording session. He was all over the place in this industry. Hope he made a good living for himself. I just called myself learning about Elvis, hearing something and taking it. That's after I started to realize that that's what people do to make hits. Take something familiar, at least in our generation. That's what sampling is. But writers are so discouraged from sample. But, Jay-Z got taken to task for using a lot of Big's lyrics. The more I listen to older New York rap and get hip, or do the knowledge, as they say, De La used a lot of stuff that I thought was them, that was just tribute to old rappers. But when you don't know the old rappers, I'm like, oh, wow, that's Ultra Mag, or oh, wow, that's Cold Crush, or, as I started getting into the history, because I didn't have a lot of those records, of course. Not of course, but they're hard to come by for my generation on the West Coast. So, I wasn't the kid getting the tapes from Union Square or these, obscure things, or even, like I don't even think I saw a cassette of Ultramagnetic MCs until I was older. So yeah, I got out of my own way. I was like, oh, okay, I could start using. And then younger rappers started doing that to me. I started seeing my swag on other rappers that I work with or work with that pay dues, or I just heard them. I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. But it wasn't my intent. And, I'd had this tradition of buying older artists' records and going into their catalog. But when I heard it, I was like, I got to have that driving down the highway somewhere between New Jersey and New York, playing CDs. And what helped me get over it, too, is that I use this all the time, but George Strait, one of the greatest country musicians of all time, some say the greatest, never wrote a song in his life, and is kind of responsible for Nashville being the country music songwriter, or just, I think, in other words, songwriters headquarters, because he can hear a hit. That's what they say. So I was reading the booklet that came with his box set, and that kind of got me out of my way, too. So when I heard this, I was like, yeah, I forgot to remember to forget is the name of the Elvis song. I took it, and I've been saying every night on stage, if you've been to the shows, I felt Elvis could may or not have owed a little something to the culture, as they say. Fair exchange is no robbery, in the words of my mother, and many other mothers, I'm sure. So, boom. The dig is, this is a diss song. This is the big diss song. This is the big finale to the person that the breakup song was about, and quite a few of my other songs. And I Love It, Sweet Lord, the beginning of that. I'm married, I won, you lost vibes. Not that she gave a fuck, but her grandmother, who was a divine woman, God bless her, loved Elvis. And she kind of started me down the Elvis path, like making like, oh, black people really fuck with him. To the day she died, fuck with Elvis heavy. So, in her later years, just sit around and watch Elvis movies and be thrilled. And I feel that vibe now, that like when I ride in the car and listen to Me, Myself, and I, or really break it down with my kids, I'm like, oh my God, like you get a feeling. I only hope that my music gives other people that feeling as we age. Because man, like I can never explain to Paz or, Dave, hopefully from the other side, when I get there type shit, if he's where I want to go, be able to like impart that feeling, like, man, God, when I hear the bass line of Break of Dawn, doom, 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 doom. Oh God, I've decided that I want to, when I get older and sit on a porch somewhere, I want to learn to play bass so I can just play the bass line of hip hop songs, because it's repetitive, redundant, and once I learn it, I can just sit there and do things with my hands to stay dexterous and work my mind out. I don't know if staying dexterous is a word, but hey, you know what? I did it. Working on my dexterity, because I assume that would help keep my mind intact, other than roughhousing my grandchildren, and watching The Equalizer the way old folks watch Walker, Texas Ranger. I don't know if we ever got that story, but I was out on the res working with my homegirl's grandmother, and I was scared. I'm a city boy, so I'm like, we out on the res in Arizona, and I'm like, yo, she has us fucking with some hay because she has a horse or a couple horses, and she needed someone to reshoe this horse. And my reverence for the elderly is up there. My grandfather taught me that, and then indigenous cultures and first people, like if you tell me that your indigenous grandmother out on the res needs something, I'm pulling the fuck up, like, so I was like, all right. And then I saw the horse, and like, as a city kid, like you see a fucking horse and the strength of those legs, and this woman wants me, as I've never gotten behind a horse, pause, She wants me to re-shoe this horse for her with my homie that one of her kids knows what they're doing, but I don't, bro. I'm thinking like we're going to hammer a fucking metal, an iron horseshoe to the hoof of a living thing with my vegan ass. I'm down. But like we're walking around on the res and like they're telling me stories about different formations out there and things like that. She's telling stories and, you know, as the sun's going down, I'm picking up the hay and like, is there snakes? She's like, nothing will hurt you out here. This is our land. Like, you're with me. Like, don't worry. And I felt kind of at peace. And my great grandmother used to say shit like that to me. You know, she was the OG. Like I've seen her like, in my mind, my grandfather denies it, but I've seen her pick a snake up, water moccasin out of the water and throw it away from us type shit at 80 something years old. So when older women of indigenous ancestry tell me something, okay, I'm gonna believe you. That don't got shit to do with this horse kicking me in my fucking mouth, though. So I'm nervous. Like when you're about to, I don't know if anybody out there used to get whoopings when they were kids. Like when you're about to get a whooping and you like, you know, your parents are coming down the hall or they went to get the belt type shit, that feeling is taking over me. And I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna have to run this fade. Or like when you have to run a fade that you know you might not win, like I'm gonna have to run this, I'm gonna have to do this horseshoeing thing. And I'll be doggone if this woman doesn't go, what time is it? She looked at, like, looking at the sky, like true, I can't make it up. Oh, Walker, Texas Rangers on, come back tomorrow. I said, what? This woman said she didn't say goodbye, anything. She just walked in the house. Like that was it. We were done for the day. It was so important that we drove out there, but as the Hawaiians say, like, we got to talking story and she was done. I didn't see that woman again. I have not seen her again because I damn sure made sure someone else got there to do that horseshoe. I wasn't fucking with it. But yeah, I always admired that. So I want to now. I always want to just retire and watch the entire series of Big Bang Theory and The Equalizer because she is Walker, Texas Ranger for our generation. And I need everyone to respect it. I may be biased because I have a Queen Latifah tattoo, but still, I think it's on its 5th season, bro. There's 20 episodes per season. I will watch all 100 in rotation with Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon because I've never watched any of them. I watched a little bit of Equalizer, but I wanted to save it. It gives me something to live for. And now, when I'm not doing that, I'll be playing the bass lines to old hip-hop records.
In a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started.
All that to say is, tangent, I really, really got over myself and realized a lot of greats steal. One of the artists that I believe borrowed from me, when nothing's borrowed, it's all part of the continuum, whatever. Their management posted a book, Steal Like an Artist. And I was like, all right, I hear you. I see it and I can be mad or I can adapt. And I chose to adapt and it worked for me. This is when it comes to me, this is a hit record. And it was so this record is I get to use the Elvis song. So when not that this girl would ever know that it's an Elvis song, but just in case her grandmother ever played her this song by Elvis, because it was a #1 country tune in 1956, I believe. So maybe she heard it growing up. I was shooting this shot, you know, and I lied on the new single. In my era, we didn't do subliminals. I was subliminally dissing my ex with this hook. But I definitely got my money's worth out of the drama.
You had amnesia, you know, like you could forget whoever it was that ruined it for everyone else. That one person, if you could just forget them, like you would have a happier life. Remember.
I keep forgetting to remember to forget all the lies and all the bullshit. All the reasons that we had to call it quits. Pieces to our puzzle that never seemed to fit. Started out fast and ended so quick. For weeks on end, I was so sick. So the next time I start to reminisce, remind me to remember to forget.
Last night I sat down to cry over you. Then I stopped and asked myself why. Over you? And snapped out of it and got on with my day, cuz my life been a lot better since the breakup.
You was only bringing me down. It was nothing but drama when I bring you around. All that attitude, so disrespectful. When I was with you, my life was so stressful. Every little thing turned into an argument. We yell until we don't even remember what started it. I wanted no part of it, I had to move on. Packed my bags, headed straight to Tucson. And with you gone, now there's room for laughing, smiling, things I need to do more. Let's think about what we could have been. After all you put me through, I'll never be with you again. I keep forgetting to remember to forget all the lies and all the bullshit. All the reasons that we had to call it quits. Pieces to our puzzle that never seemed to fit.
The song's pretty straightforward, man. I'm not Sean Daly. I'm not in the group atmosphere. Like, you understand what I'm saying, for better or worse. I'm not as eloquent or poetic. I'm not Robert Frost. Yeah. Tucson. I moved to Tucson. A lot of the reasons I not took this marriage, but got into this marriage was because I wanted to finding a black woman that wanted to live in Tucson. Did it. So I'm really feeling like I won. After all you put me through, I'll never be with you again. Just warning to myself mostly. But a lot of people feel that this is one of these songs where I can do it, explain it at the beginning, do the song, and when I get to that part of the hook, people are like, amen. And if I could talk my shit as I exit this, for the most part, I'm not going to wow you with my lyrical dexterity most of the time. I'm not dressed very well most of the time. I don't consider myself to be undeniably handsome. I'm not going to shock you with saying things you've never heard. I do not have a live band, but I can connect with people who have a heartbeat without radio or label support or great features or $1 million beats. This is a great beat made by a great producer, but saying ski beats to the county fair in Lancaster opening for Wiz Khalifa isn't going to impress them. That's saying that. But if I tell you, like, you know, a little intro I used to give is like, this is about the person you're with before the person you came here with tonight. And fellas, if you came here tonight with that girl and you still think about your ex, don't tell your ex that you still think about. Don't tell your girl you're with now you still think about your ex, because you will not be getting laid. It's called remembering to forget. Boom. That's as much as I explain. I go into the lyrics. I rap very slow. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Too Short. Thank you, Richie Rich. And then I get to a hook, which is really simple. But that punchline is like, after all you put me through, I'll never be with you again. Like, it's an amen. It's not a boom. It's not amen.
So, okay, we all had Duck Hunt, right? Yeah! If you're old enough, some of you don't know what Duck Hunt is. But Duck Hunt's the first Nintendo game that really, like, blew your mind. And, you know, you can play Xbox 360 now, but you never stop loving Duck Hunt. You moved on, but you don't stop loving Duck Hunt. You know what I mean? Yeah! And that's kind of like your ex, you know what I mean? You don't have to hate them. You can still love them. You'll always love them, but now you have a PlayStation 3. You don't need fucking Duck Hunt. But you don't say fuck Duck Hunt, you know what I mean? Duck Hunt's cool. But who wants to play that shit? You know what I mean? So this song's called Remember to Forget. I hope it all makes sense. And for those of you who don't have video games, it's about the person you were with before the person you're with right now. And how you still think about getting back together with that asshole, but you can't share that information with the person you're in a relationship with now because you won't get laid tonight. You know what I mean? Hands up! Remember to fucking forget! Let's go! I keep forgetting to remember to forget. All the lies and all the bullshit. All the reasons that we had to call it quits. Pieces to our puzzle that never seemed to fit. Started out fast and ended so quick. For weeks on end, I was so sick.
Like, it's, you know, you set it up. I'm teeing it up. And I quit you, you can't quit me. I was the one that set you free. Or you, like, lots of pauses, you know, take a couple bars off, let just live, in the words of the great Cameron Giles. Who's also Harlem. Shout out to Damon Dash once again. Look, second verse kind of blah, blah, blah. This girl never texted me. We didn't go back and forth like that. If it was going back, we were both kind of done at this point. To her credit, not going to shame anyone here. But, I teed up the whole song for this. I knew that then, I know that now, but once you upgrade, you cannot go back down. Oh, wait, let's back up. there's a part I want to go into. Sorry. Laughing, smiling, things I need to do more. Now there's room for. This is the woman, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but she looked at me on, you must want a bitch that be happy for you when good shit happen and shit. Something like that. You must want a bitch that be happy when good shit happen for you. That's what this woman said to my face. I believe I just bought her like a necklace from Tiffany's. I'd never been in Tiffany before. I was like, let's make this work. And she told me that it should have been a ring. Something like it was around this time. I think that was the argument earlier in the day in the parking lot. And then she came up to get her things. Because after that, I was like, you got to go. And if that wasn't solid enough, look at God. This broad told me, you must want a bitch that be happy for you when good shit happen to you or something like that. Bro, I looked at her and I just thanked her. I said, thank you. That's all What? Who says some shit like that, bro? Yes, I do. Is that crazy? Is that crazy, guys? This is what goes on in a lot of inner city America. I won't even say Black America. When she came to visit me at the NBA All-Star weekend, her friends ridiculed her for going to see her boyfriend for the weekend because there was going to be so much action, so many N-words out there and so many B-words. This is the culture that D1 fights so strongly against. This is part of that culture. Yes, I want to be with someone who is happy when good things happen for me. Later on, we were talking about this as well. There was on tour, there was a picture of me at the merch booth at Pay Dues, and sometimes that line would be 3.5 hours long. I would sign everything while with a radio piece in my ear, listening to any problems that could be going on the various stages. And I'm not crying wolf. I think it's one of my rap friends likes to bring it up. You know, I made money. I worked hard and I made some money for sure. But we shifted the culture as well, and it was a burden that was not on me. But it didn't retire me, so I don't feel like I should. We'll just leave it there. Grateful though, and that's why I signed everything, not because motherfuckers are paying. There's motherfuckers who sell a lot of merch. Kanye, Jesus, going off on so many tangents. But we went to the Drake Kanye shit. Them motherfucking iron-on Balenciaga size extra large with extra medium sleeve t-shirts was $100. Kanye didn't sign a motherfucking thing. Drake didn't sign a motherfucking thing. I've been to mainstream concerts. I've been to other people's merch booths. They don't do it for whatever reason. You know, if it's not paid dues, if we're at the, once shout out to everybody that came out to the Reverb Lounge in Omaha. Shout out to Joey, who's reminded me that I don't shout out about, I tell all kind of stories on stage, and I'm not really good at self-promotion. I forget to mention the podcast. So I've done all these shows on the East Coast. And so if you could mention the podcast to someone for me, that'd be great. If you went to any of the shows, I should have said that on stage. I could have got more subscribers and likes and all that shit. I forget about that shit. I really be in my bag, man. In the zone. I hate my bag. Anyway, we're selling the merch. I'm doing the signing, and someone takes a picture. I believe my stepfather takes a picture because my mother's in the background. And years later, my mom, of course, has scanned all these pictures and put it on a screensaver. This picture came up. And this little girl is in the back looking mad as fuck. How are you mad? At this point, this little girl lives with me. And I say little girl because we were children. I've circled back and had conversations with this woman now, no hard feelings. But we realize how, as you get older, you realize how fucking young you were and too young to be playing the games. I always follow Jesus, bro. How can you lose when you follow God? The great Eddie Kenyon said. Bro, it was just too much. But she was arms folded, the ultimate ghetto stank face. Like, why are you making, like, I'm signing something for a boy, not even a girl, a boy, Damon, a boy. She is mad, but that is because she is not the type of bitch that will be happy for me when good shit happen. I had a picture. She said it to my face. She said it to my face, and then I had the picture. remembering to forget was not hard. Remembering not to forget, whatever, how this, I get confused when I do this song every night. It's like a fucking mental tongue twister. But yeah, that part. Now back to where we were in the lyrics, second verse.
Remember to forget, I quit you. You can't quit me. I was the one that set you free. Oh, I see. You got somebody new. Do they know that you could never be true? That they will never get to know the real you? About all the scandalous things you like to do? Do they know you still call me and text me? Run back to me whenever things get messy? I suggest we continue on our separate paths and quit telling me that I'm the best you ever had. I knew that then, I know that now. But once you upgrade, you can't go back down. I keep forgetting to remember to forget all the lies and all the bullshit. All the reasons that we had to call it quits. Pieces to our puzzle that never seemed to fit. Started out fast and ended so.
Yeah, she never called me, but once you upgrade, you can't go back down. Let me upgrade you. Upgrade. I am not a fan of hitting women, of course. I would never hit a woman. I was raised by my mama. However, this bitch walking through the parking lot of my car, I don't know what it is about her in the parking lot, hit me with, I don't listen to Beyonce. I'm more Taylor Swift than Beyonce. You can check the Mos Def trap song I did with Curtis King.
She got a fat booty, it's black on both sides. She posting pics on Instagram with them open thighs. You know I don't mind the eye candy. I'm from West LA, she from South Miami. No panties, fucked around in her account deleted. Shout out to Hollywood Hope and the crew treated. I don't pay for pussy, but yeah, I fucking eat it. Now she cooking breakfast in my sweats from undefeated. Private parking, there ain't no walking shame. Got that guard at the gate, there ain't no stalking games. And if she don't got brains, then she don't got game. She sucking dick for bottle service, that's so fucking lame. I got more Taylor Swift than Beyonce, don't need no meat on my entree. I guarantee what my rhymes say, most definitely that's Dante. Most def my nigga, that's Dante. Most definitely that's Dante. Most def my nigga, most definitely, most def my nigga, that's Dante. I got more Taylor Swift than Beyonce, don't need no meat on my entree. I guarantee what my rhymes say, most definitely that's Dante. Most def my nigga, that's Dante. Most definitely that's Dante. Most def my nigga, most definitely, most def my nigga.
That song To the Left came out. The first time I heard anything of it was her quoting it to me.
Got me twisted. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have another you by tomorrow. So don't you ever for a second get to thinking irreplaceable. So go ahead and get gone. Call up that chick and see if she's home.
She said, some to the left, and then blah, blah, blah. I can have another you in a minute. I'm like, bitch, we live at the Palazzo. I'm the only nigga in here, except for, and I'm not going to call Rohan or Marley a nigga, but other than that, like, what are you talking about? You can have another me in a minute? We have a private sauna and gym and a pool, and we live walking distance from the Grove. You don't pay a bill. I drive you everywhere, buy all your meals and the groceries. What do you, another me? Oh, I was livid. The Soldier song from Beyonce rubbed me the wrong way as I watch people walk through Inglewood in cowboy attire, men and women in tight Wrangler jeans, through my children's baseball practice in an effort to get to see their queen. I am not a fan, bro. Not on a boat, not on a Rose Parade float, not if it would get me over a crocodile-infested moat. I do not fuck with Beyonce's music. And I say music because I don't want to disrespect anyone's mother. But I feel like I'm entitled to that opinion. But it's probably because it's been used as a weapon against me, unlawfully. I'm sure the Queen Bee or Bay, however you say it, has laws. I did not deserve that. But yeah, the Soldier song rubbed me the wrong way.
if you know what I mean. If it's status ain't hood, I ain't checking for 'em. Better be street if you're looking at me. I need a soldier that ain't scared to stand up for me. Gotta know to get dough and he better be street. I know some soldiers in here.
So that upgrade line is power packed. It's another dig. Because once you upgrade, let me upgrade you. That's another one of hers, right? So yeah, it's like that in Insecure by Issa Rae. Like, I've been hurt in so many ways by women who talk and say things like the women in these shows or on the Beyonce records. Like I said, and I'm sure that I'm not the person that they're getting at with these lines and these episodes, but it hurts. I'm hurt. Hurt people hurt people. Cue the great Hurt Syndicate music.
Hey yo, we hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. Yeah, we hurt people. We hurt people.
We heard people. All right. The video. Oh my gosh. If there's a woman out there that can work with a good budget to direct a video, I love doing the videos for this record with Marcoso from Tucson, but also Shruti. She was so dope. This is like, I had on Blue Rock, like I had fucking real shit going on. I had a stylist. Dame had a crew of people that were just getting vintage shit. That polo shirt, to me, they were like, pick out something. You have like, we shot it at the mansion we were living in Woodstock and on top of the thing in Brooklyn. She was like, she came with this idea, like, can I drip paint on your chest? I'm like, whatever you want to do. And I didn't think it would be, I'm going to show it in reverse. I have this vision and I heard the song and I already had the vision. And like, Silver Ray Rec League was my idea. And I hate coming up with ideas for video because they never translate. I like when the producer gives me the beat. I like it when the director has the concept. I haven't been able to nail visuals yet, but they're okay. But I always think my best videos are the ones that I had nothing to do with the concept and the shot list. This was a video, people really liked this video for whatever reason. And she said, so she gave me one of her good ideas. Like when somebody has a good sample and a producer says, I've been waiting to use this sample, and they give it to you. That's what she did with this video. And that fucking polo shirt reminds me of the first time I went to Harlem and I got to go school shopping and they had this bootleg. I thought I would never own a polo piece of clothing. But the boosters, son. The boosters on a 125 laced your boy, and I loved wearing that for the video. And had a nice, I forgot who cut my hair. Oh yeah, I think Kev from the Chop Shop cut it for the video. Little more hair than I like, but still nice lineup, I believe. And they motherfuckers tried to make me look handsome in this video. Showing my chest, had on some vintage designer gear. But yeah, that's Remember to Forget. I probably forgot something, but that's on par.
So the next time I start to reminisce, remind me to remember to forget.
Going chronologically, we got to get into Hip Hop in Love with Tabi Bonney.
And I need to be with you tonight. Teleport, get with me at the speed of light. Neo Soul Flow, Jill Scott overload. Tour bus, 50 cities, meet me on the road. PYT count max on overload. Gorgeous girls all around, don't overdose. I need a real girlfriend, babe, hope you know. We can make love all night in slow-mo. You don't even know. Take it back to the hip hop summer nights. Tribe Called Quest, MC Light, and put me on the mic. For the love of my heart, you can break dance in the park. Need a beat girl with a killer arts. Play the lead role in my life, such a killer part. And if we ever grow apart, which is never, cause forever we will have hip hop. So let's rock. Hip hop in love. I remember the first time we hooked up. Can't remember the last time we broke up. Hip hop in love. I remember the first time we hooked up. Can't remember the last time we broke up.
She the one to my two-step, perfect 16 that I ain't get to do yet. New J's, no hoodie, just a crew neck. Then I got with you when I knew that I was too fresh. She swagged me the hell out. New Public Enemy ain't never gon' sell out. Cause what we got is priceless. Mary J. real love, Spike couldn't write this. Watching Brown Sugar with the lights off. Used to sleep over on your nights off. Used to call me your sugar bear. Listening to Tupac, you would let me pull your hair. Throwing that D'Angelo and slow up. Type of love to make a B-boy grow up. You know the type of love that never stops. So put this ring on your finger, baby girl,
So
and let's rock. Let's rock.
Hip hop and love. I remember the first time we hooked up. Can't remember the last time we broke up. Hip hop and love. I remember the first time we hooked up. Can't remember the last time we broke up.
Used to listen to the Fugees to score. Nowadays we don't talk no more. Before you hooked up with your new thing, we was bumping that Wu-Tang. Blasting Outkast and the Roots. Those were our favorite groups. I remember music we would listen to when I'm reminiscing over you. My God. So let's rock.
Hip hop and love. I remember the first time we hooked up. Can't remember the last time we broke up.
Man, let Tabi handle the visuals. I was on tour, it was late, and I had a shot. It was like being put on the spot to get this song done. I think maybe Ski helped with the hook, and then Tabi wrote the hook. And I was off very little sleep. My voice wasn't where it's supposed to be. But yeah. Yeah, the first verse for me is just like me trying to do married rap. Tabi with the, and I need to be with you tonight. I'm like, where the fuck did you start that verse? How do you, like, it sounds like a line. He's just so creative, man, with how he started that. Like, Anna. That sounds like he was already rapping. Like, something, I want to call you, but I need to be with you tonight. Like, he just started with that. It works perfect. And I come on with my bullshit. Referencing crew necks and swag, trying to be cool. I should have never used swag in that thing. That was, ugh. That's like, it reminds me of how I felt like LL Cool J, 14 shots to the dome.
I get you out there, rip before you wear. Jump inside your video, bust you with a chair. Smack, slap, smack, slap, smack, slap, smack. Just to make it worse and hurt your pride, I'm running back. Smack, slap, smack, slap, smack, slap, smack. Click, click, boom, stop dead in your tracks. Stick the steel in your mouth. Pop, 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 lights out. This is how I'm coming.
I was like, it's too much, too Onyx. I want more LL. It wasn't bad, but I was like, oh man. It was, yeah, but it's all Queens, and you know, disrespect to the God. I love, you know, whatever. Listening to Tupac, Sugar Bear, Tupac, Let Me Pull Your Hair. Like, I was trying not to be as lyrical because I'm with Tabi. Tabi to me is like pop. Like, he's good, he's funny. This hook is dope. It's Ski Beats. I'm in Dame Dash's studio. We're in DD 172 in Tribeca. We're rapping. I'm like, let's make a hit record type shit. And then still be respectful, like with a ring but Married to the Game, all that shit. Yeah. Oh, I never seen Brown Sugar. Yeah. Never been to Kamloops. Never seen Brown Sugar. I think I've been to Kamloops now. I think I fixed that, but I had to look at my old Canadian tour schedule. But at this point, I hadn't been to Kamloops, and I've never seen Brown Sugar to this day. Listen, Fuji Score Nowadays Don't Talk No More. That's another one of those albums, man. When I listen to that, bro, I'm like, it takes me back to a time like we were 8 black kids in Santa Cruz. We copped that shit from downtown Santa Cruz, probably like Red Light or Waterloo, one of those record stores. And it was just like a bunch of like Ethiopian American and Black American kids out on the deck of my apartment in Aptos, California. Sunny day, the girls were sunbathing. It's just beautiful young blackness listening to the score. Fuji's is coming to town soon. We're gonna go to the show. We got our tickets. Like, it's just what a fucking time, bro. Not a care in the world. But yeah, really, like, just it brings me back to a wonderful time. Before I had quit rapping. That's how, like, not a care in the world. Like, I wasn't rapping. I was studying music appreciation, trying to get my credits to get a music business degree from NYU or something. I had jazz appreciation and basic math and botany classes at fucking Cabrillo Community College. I was riding my red line bicycle. I had a BMX bike, good public transportation, green. I had a roommate, I had a live-in girlfriend. My dreads were growing. I had yet to shave my face, people. That's what the score means to me, these songs. Like, that's why it is a love thing, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. We was bumping that Wu-Tang, Blast Outkast and the Roots. Yeah. It just reminded me of the time where, like, before, there was a brief time where I had given up wanting to be a rapper, and I just loved rap. And I still do, but being a rapper makes me love it less. And when I'm around other rappers, like, I don't like being on stage. I don't like the attention. I don't give a fuck about the press. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit because I'm doing what I've been pushed to do. Like, I wasn't in 3MG. It was a group called Miscellaneous Minds. Shout out to Savant Young, who just got written up in the LA Times for the Vintage Japanese Motor Union, where we had our 1-year anniversary, where hopefully we could do more things. It was his group with Eli and Scarab. I wanted to manage them. And then as a manager, I saw they needed a DJ. I was DJing with Jesse Shatkin, who produced Love and Rockets 316, which is streaming a few songs. Now we have 4 songs. I'll go stream them. Go pre-order the album at melonmusicgroup.com. No W. Getting better at self-promotion, you see, guys. There's just, like, I could freestyle with them. They were like, freestyle. Then when they left the group, they're like, we have this session with Mike Karen, who went on to be the president of Atlantic Records. We were all we were kids. We're going to record at Mike's house. You got to hop on Sunspray. That's how it fucking happened, bro. Like, I was filling a gap because Savant left the group. And I loved the group. I was a huge fan of Miscellaneous Minds. We became 3MG. And then we joined Log Cabin. Then I quit rapping again. I moved to the Bay, got a girlfriend. My girlfriend snuck a tape to DJ Grinch at Santa Cruz, and he said, I have to have your boyfriend come up here and rap, because Red Dots was on it. And it was a freestyle tape that I made with Thes One and Double K, God bless him. And she just would play it in the car all the time, in her Subaru, which she let me drive with no license and just told me to figure it out. I was hanging out with Booth, God bless him, rest in peace, like writing like graffiti and beaties and selling weed and getting my degree was I don't know, I was going to be an A&R or something, or move to the woods with my Rasta girlfriend, move back to Ethiopia, Shashamani, and fucking live. Rap was not a part of my program when these albums came out. When Wu-Tang was out, but when Wu-Tang was still like dropping albums and Outkast, The Roots. Second album, it was just like, it was that time. Goody Mob, first album, it was everybody's first. Roots, quote unquote, first album, first major label album. Outkast, second album. Wu-Tang trickle after the first album. It was before Wu-Tang Forever, that period. And the score, 96, man. It was it was such a pure time for me. And I never left the love. Like most rappers leave the love, then it becomes all about them. And to be good at it, you kind of got to put on your blinders and only open your blinders to steal, as we spoke about earlier in this thing, or to take it, to see what's hot and to imitate and mimic it. It even happens on the underground, y'all. Sorry to say. But it's not pervasive in my circle of friends, which I love. But within that circle, I feel like I'm the one who's still like the most fanboy. I was like up on new shit, listening to new shit, getting the new consumer tech and reading the source and all that shit, because I always wanted to rap, but I never wanted to be a famous rapper. That wasn't my goal. But once I got into it, I'm like, I'm the type of person that I'm going to go all the way with some shit. I'm going to figure it out. That's the kind of mind I have. So that's what this song means to me. And we got to do it at Radio City Music Hall in the middle of the Hip Hop and Love tour. I get a call from, I forget who, but one of the dudes that has something to do with Yo Gabba Gabba used to hang out at Liberty Board Shop, I believe, and was fond of my music. Took me on a tour of the Yo Gabba Gabba set, like I've mentioned on this podcast. And as Yo Gabba Gabba has this Coachella resurgence. I haven't watched much of it, but I need to. Coachella resurgence. I got to tour the facilities. I was so happy. I would watch it. I bought the soundtrack. My ex-wife and I, we bought like 4 or 5 CDs to listen to as we drove across country. I bought the Yo Gabba Gabba CD. 2 adults, I would make her listen to that front to back. Like, There's a Party in My Tummy, So Yummy is a fucking classic. I don't give a fuck if you have kids. I don't give a fuck how old are you. How old are you? How old you are. ¿Cuántos años tiene? Você años tem, whatever the fuck. Portuguese, English, Spanish. Look, Party in My Tummy slaps eternally.
Let's go! Carrots! Yeah! In my tummy, party, party! Yeah! In my tummy, green beans! Yeah! In my tummy, party, party! Yeah! In my tummy, there's a party in my tummy! Now there's a party in my tummy!
And I knew that. I was listening to that before I had children. So they knew I was a fan of the show. They had been on Rock the Bells. I always said, what's up? Lance has always been cool with me. I shit on Plex, the robot. And then the guy was taking me on the tour thing. He was like, oh, I do Plex's voice. And that's what I should have learned. I'm still learning to keep my fucking mouth closed and keep my opinion to myself. Now I have 4 kids who all give their fucking unwarranted opinion. And I'm learning. Yeah. Anyway, we're on the tour. I get the call. Do you want to? They're touring the nation, and they have musical guests every stop if they can, especially when they're in bigger cities. Usually because celebrities have kids who listen to the shit, not because the celebrity, or I don't know if I call myself, not because the artist is a big ass kid and just loves it. I still don't have a child as this record comes out, and as they asked me to do this. But they asked if we want to come out and be a live musical guest at Radio City Music Hall in New York City with Yo Gabba Gabba. Motherfucker, let me tell you something. I could have opened for LL Cool J at Madison Square Garden. That could still happen, as I saw Redman doing something with some random fucking artist. And fucking, that's dope. Gets to keep hope alive. But Radio City Music Hall, where they do the Rockettes and shit, right?
At the epicenter of the world's greatest city, they built a theater big enough to be its heart.
My first memory of Radio City Music Hall was how huge it was, how exciting it was. I couldn't wait to come again and again and again.
Pause. So I never want to be a famous rapper, and I'm from LA, bro. I'm from inner city Los Angeles. I'm a black kid, bro. Because Kool Herc plugged some shit into a fucking lamppost, or somebody in New York did some shit like that. Kool Herc went to school clothes and did a fucking party in his basement. I get to go to fucking Radio City Music Hall probably 38 years later. I'm in New York too. I never take rapping on any stage, but especially on a bigger stage in New York City lightly. I'm in the mecca of hip hop. But now I'm performing for this crazy, wonky, psychedelic, whatever, kids show. We're going to do hip hop. And I brought my mans with me. I could have said, yeah, I want to do 316. I want to do Remember to Forget. I brought my mans with me because that's who I am. And that's what Tabi's still my homeboy brother. You know, my kids, he's been all up and through my house to this day. Friend for life, God willing. So I'm bringing him. He doesn't have no idea what Yo Gabba Gabba is. He still don't have kids. So he like, the Radio City Music Hall for him. I get to be backstage with Lance Rock, bro. I'm chopping it up with him. We rocked it, bro. Because this is the kind of song that can go like hip hop and love. Like the kids like rocking and shit. And then I got to go watch this. One of the best hip hop moments. I'm skipping over some. The guy who worked at Liberty Board Shop is down with the Aquabats, does something with the show. And I owe him so much. I got to remember his name one day. But thank you for giving me a tour of the place, the set, and then just getting me on this gig. I think that's how I got the gig. Could have been my great agent, Duffy McSwigan, God bless him. But this is the part, bro. If you've watched Yo Gabba Gabba, they do a part what's called Biz's Beat of the Day. Biz Markie comes on and just randomly teaches kids how to beatbox. A different beat every few episodes. God bless him. Lauryn Hill's also here. It's funny that I'm telling this story and it's all connected. I was talking about the score, and then, yeah, Miss Hill, we had another connection with the Palazzo. But she's performing as well. So I'm going to go out there and watch Miss Hill perform, and I'm going to go out there and just watch the show because I love the show. This is when I knew the show was special and Biz Markie was special and doing something that I don't know if it's ever been done in hip-hop. The characters are up there and the kids are dancing in their seats. When we were rocking, like people were watching, like the kids are kind of rocking out in their seats. You know, it was cool. The characters come out, Plex, Tootie, Proby, Muno, Lance. It's a party. You know, because Lance come out, yo, Gavin, you know, they're rocking in the seats. My nigga, like this motherfucker Biz came out on stage, bro. Kids left their parents. It was pandemonium, bro. Kids rushed the aisles like the Beatles. Like I've never seen that in real life, like that type of fandom. I've only seen it on video. Like it was like Beatlemania. He didn't say, come to the front of the stage, please. This motherfucker, they play he has a little music that happens. This motherfucker came out live on stage, bro.
Hey kids, gather around for what? Hey DJ Lance, I wish I could be out there with you. It looks like everyone's having so much fun. Maybe if Hey, there's a party in my city. Do you want one in yours? I can't hear you. Do you want to do business beating the day with me? Let me hear you go. Say. I'm just joking. What kids want to come up here and do business beating the day with me? Come on down. Now I want to see if you know this one. You got what I need. Say what? Say what? Say what? Sing it along. Oh baby,
And you say,
yo, Gabba.
Parents didn't chase after the kids because it's Biz. He did the beat of the day for them. They were enthralled, giddy, over the moon. Then he gave the same feeling to their parents because he went into you got what I need. That is an entertainer. That is an MC. That is a rap genius, rap god, whatever you want to call it. That's the shit I dream about if I got to do this shit. To pause, touch children and their parents as one human. That is a human. That is an MC. I don't aspire to have mansions and limousines and shit like that. I want some land and a house where I could play the bass and watch The Equalizer. We know this. But if I have a goal beyond like the plaques, the awards, that'll all be nice because I think it would help me help people. But that feeling to be loved, because there's a generation, he skipped over a generation. There are boomers in the crowd and there are future Gen X or Gen Zers in the crowd. And Gen X, I'm there. So there's 3 generations of humans that are like, yo, my mans, for doing 2 different things. Not because he has a recent radio hit. Not because the label, just being him. He could have said no to that gig. We want you to come and beatbox on a children's show that's like Sesame Street on acid. Are you into it? Sure. Biz's beat of the day. And he's a big kid at heart. He has lots of toys and shit, as I hear. And yeah, Hip Hop and Love gave me the perfect song to do. The video was crazy. Tabi's he shot the video, directed it. There's some crazy shit that happened after the video, but I really, 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 really just love love that this song was done for that. Yeah, next week we'll continue on. Thanks for listening to the Best Rapper in LA podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you like the show, leave a review on Apple Music or Spotify. And to support the podcast directly, go to patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. See y'all next week. Peace.